Welcome to our channel. Today we are rediving into the world of rare valuable. The 20-cent coin was first introduced in 1966, when Australia shifted from the imperial pound system to the decimal currency system. This transition marked a pivotal moment in the nation's economic history, and with it came a new generation of coins modern in design, yet deeply rooted in tradition. The obverse or front of the coin has always featured the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, recognizing her role as the constitutional monarch and head of state. But the image of the Queen has not remained static. Still needed. The first step: 1976 Australian 20-cent coin, a small disc of copper and nickel, born in Canberra, yet passed from hand to hand across the entire continent. A coin that tells a story of monarchy, industry, art, and national identity. Let's delve deep into the history, geographic context, design, and collectible value of this unassuming yet fascinating piece of currency. It was the mid-1970s in Australia. The nation was navigating post-Whitlam reforms, adjusting to global economic pressures, and embracing a rapidly modernizing society. Amid political shifts and cultural evolution, everyday commerce needed reliable tools, and coins were among them. All Australian decimal coins, including the 20-cent piece, were being minted at the Royal Australian Mint, located in Canberra, the nation's capital. Opened in 1965, the Royal Australian Mint became the hub for all coin production, marking a shift from the earlier reliance on mints in London, Melbourne, and Perth. In 1976, the Royal Australian Mint produced over 59.8 million 20-cent coins, enough to fill the hands of nearly every Australian several times over. Material: 75% copper, 25% nickel. Nickel weight: 11.3 grams. Diameter: 28.65 millimeters. Thickness: 2.5 millimeters. Edge: milled. Readed. These specifications have remained consistent since 1966, ensuring compatibility with vending machines and handling systems for decades. On the obverse or front of the 1976 coin is the second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by British sculptor Arnold Machen. She faces right, wearing a tiara, the girls of Great Britain and Ireland. Tiara, a symbol of elegance and authority. The inscription reads, Elizabeth II, Australia 1976. This portrait was used from 1966 to 1984, and is arguably one of the most recognizable effigies of the Queen, symbolizing youth and stability during the early decades of her reign. Flip the coin and you'll find an Australian icon, the platypus, gliding through stylized waters. This reverse design was created by Stuart Devlin, the official goldsmith and jeweler to the Queen. Why the platypus? It's one of only 5 existing monotremes mammals that lay eggs. Found only in Australia, it captures the essence of the country's distinct biodiversity. Devlin's fluid design style represents motion and nature, adding an artistic flair rarely seen on everyday currency. With nearly 60 million coins minted in 1976, this issue was a fully circulating coin, and one of the most common 20-cent coins. Of the 1970s, these coins were used extensively across the country, from city stores in Melbourne to outback stations in the Northern Territory. Over the years they passed through vending machines, school canteens, pocket change, and payphones, becoming worn, scratched, and faded, yet retaining their value. In circulated condition today, a 1976 20-cent coin is worth between 20 cents and $1 a UD depending on where, but not all 1976 coins were meant for everyday pockets. For collectors, the Royal Australian Mint also produced limited, uncirculated, and proofed versions of the 1976 20-cent coin, packaged in special red wallet-style presentation sets alongside other denominations: 1C, 2C, 10C, 50C, and $1. 40,000 for uncirculated sets were issued in 1976. These coins were never circulated, retaining their original luster, with sharp details and smooth surfaces. In 1976, the Mint also released around 21,000 proof coins, included in official proof sets. Proof coins were struck using polished dies and special planchets, giving them a mirror-like finish and frosted relief. These were targeted at new and serious collectors. Both uncirculated and proof coins command higher market values today. Uncirculated coins in sets typically worth $5, $12. Odd proof coins range from $15, $30 a UD, depending on condition and packaging. Today, the 1976 20-cent coin holds modest collector value in worn condition, but becomes significantly more desirable in high-grade uncirculated or proof states. Very fine VF still circulated. Details worn, extremely fine EF. Most features: visible uncirculated UNC full mint luster, no wet proof PR, deep mirrored fields, frosted devices. Collectors often seek these coins to complete a year set. Collect all obverse portraits. Build a historical collection of 1970s coinage. The 1976 coin is popular due to its high mintage, meaning circulated examples are plentiful, while high-quality specimens are more scarce and rewarding to find. The 1976 20-cent coin stands as a reflection of a stable monarchic era under Queen Elizabeth II, a nation growing in independence but rooted in tradition. a celebration of Australia's unique fauna through the platypus. The artistry of Arnold Mackin and Stuart Devlin, two titans of numismatic design. It's a piece of national history minted not to be stored, but to be used to pass from hand to hand across generations. It may be only 20 cents, but the 1976 coin holds decades of value, not just in currency, but in memory, artistry, and history. A pocket-sized symbol of Australia, struck in metal, moving through time. Featured idol reverse designer Arnold Machin, reverse designer Stuart Devlin, mint location Royal Australian Mint, Canberra mintage. 59,800,000 circulation. Uncirculated sets, 40,000 for red wallet sets. Proof sets, 21,000 material, 75% copper, 25% nickel. Copper nickel diameter, 28.65 weight, 11.3 grams. Edge milled. Current value, 20 cents. Circulated, $5 to 30 unk. Proof portrait, Elizabeth II, second Machin effigy animal on reverse platypus.
The next step year, 1975, a moment in Australia's modern history where political tides were shifting, and yet in the quiet workshops of the Royal Australian Mint, millions of coins were struck, each bearing the face of a monarch and the spirit of a continent. This is the full story of the 1975 Australian 20-cent coin. The year 1975 was a time of great tension and transition in Australia. The country was in the throes of a constitutional crisis. The Whitlam government would be dismissed by the Governor-General, in what remains the most dramatic moment in Australian political history. Yet, as Parliament faced upheaval, the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, located in the Australian Capital Territory, carried on its steady work. Opened in 1965, the Mint had taken over full responsibility for Australia's decimal coinage. By 1975, it was producing all coin denominations, from the tiny 1-cent piece to the 50-cent coin, and of course, the 20-cent coin, introduced in 1966 as part of decimalization. Denomination: 20 cents year. 1975 Mint, Royal Australian Mint Canberra composition. 75% copper, 25% nickel. Cupronickel weight, 11.3 grams diameter, 28.65 millimeters thickness, 2.5 millimeters edge, milled reeded. These specifications have remained unchanged for decades, making the 20-cent coin a reliable unit in Australia's coinage system. The obverse of the 1975 coin features the second official portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by Arnold Machin, a British artist and sculptor. Design: a youthful Queen Elizabeth II, facing right. Crown: she wears the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. Inscription: Elizabeth to Australia 1975. Machin's portrait was first introduced in 1966 for the decimal series and remained in use until 1984. Its simplicity and grace make it one of the most recognizable images of the Queen worldwide. This image represents not only the monarch's presence on currency, but also a period of cultural continuity between Britain and Australia. On the reverse side is one of Australia's most unique creatures, the platypus, in motion, swimming in stylized water. This design was created by Stuart Devlin, renowned Australian goldsmith and official jeweler to Queen Elizabeth II. Native only to Eastern Australia, the platypus is one of the few egg-laying mammals, monotremes. The choice reflects a deep connection to Australia's environment and indigenous wildlife. Devlin's interpretation is dynamic. The platypus seems alive, mid-swim, giving the coin a sense of movement and life. This design has remained unchanged since 1966, making it one of Australia's longest-standing coin reverses. In 1975, a total of 53,300,000 20-cent coins were produced for general circulation. All were minted in Canberra. The coin was part of everyday life, used for snacks, transport fares, newspapers, and vending machines across the country. While many have been worn down by decades of use, the 1975 20-cent coin still occasionally appears in circulation, especially in more rural or less coin-intensive regions. Circulated examples tend to have medium to heavy wear, especially over the Queen's cheekbones and the finer details of the platypus design. Face value: 20 cents odd. Collector value: circulated 20 cents to $1 odd, depending on grade. Not all 1975 coins were released for day-to-day use. Some were preserved in pristine condition for collectors and institutions. Around 30,121 uncirculated 20-cent coins were packaged as part of the 1975 Ram 6 coin mint set, often called the Red Wallet. These sets included the 1C to C, 5C, 10C, 20C, and 50C coins. Coins in these sets show no signs of wear, retain their original mint luster, and are highly collectible. No official proof set containing the 20-cent coin was released in 1975. Proof. Coins did appear in other years, but 1975 lacks an official proof version for this denomination. Collectors typically seek coins in the highest grade available. Grading systems, such as the Sheldon scale, are used to assess condition. Grad descriptionable, approx, fine F worn. Most major details visible. 20 cents 30 cents odd very fine VF moderate wear, clear portrait, and design. 50 cents are extremely fine EF light wear, nearly all features visible. 75 cents $1 odd uncirculated UNC mint condition, full luster $3 odd mint setu in CF ROM red wallet, untouched condition $5 $15 AUD set. High-grade uncirculated coins are the most desirable, especially when verified as coming from a mint set. The 1975 20-cent coin may not be rare, but it represents many layers of meaning, a symbol of continuity in a year of national political disruption. A connection to Australia's unique wildlife, through the platypus. A piece of the monarchic heritage, still visible in legal tender. An example of timeless industrial design by two of the Commonwealth's greatest coin artists, Machen and Devlin. It's a coin that transcends its monetary function, becoming part of the cultural fabric of Australia. Attributed Attaindindo in 20 cents a year, 1975 Mint Royal Australian Mint, Canberra mintage 53,300,000, circulation, uncirculated sets, 30,121 proof. Coinson issued official Yobers Elizabeth II, Arnold Machine Reversaplates, Stuart Devlin diameter 28.65 Moit 11. 3 composition 75% copper, 25% nickel Jamilidville circulated 20 cents, $1 odd value unk, $3, $10 odd or higher in mint sets in every pocket change and forgotten drawer. The 1975 Australian 20-cent coin quietly tells its story of a queen's steady gaze, of a platypus's graceful glide, of a country shaped by its past and ever looking forward. It's not just currency, it's history in your hand.
In a world of paper, plastic, and now digital currency, coins remain among the most enduring and tactile forms of national identity. And in Australia, few coins carry as much symbolism and cultural value as the 20-cent piece, a coin of commerce, history, and design. The 1978 Australian 20-cent coin. It is a piece both common and collectible, ordinary yet deeply iconic. This is the complete story from the workshops of the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra to the pockets and purses of millions of Australians. The late 1970s was a time of steady transformation in Australia. In 1978, Malcolm Fraser was Prime Minister, inflation was stabilizing, Indigenous rights were gaining more public awareness. Australia was continuing its evolution from a dominion of Britain into a fully independent and multicultural society. Yet through all the change, the Queen still appeared on every coin. Every transaction carried her image, and one of those coins was the 20-cent piece. Struck that year by the Royal Australian Mint, located in Canberra, the capital city of Australia and the home of its official coin production facility since 1965. Feature specification denomination 20 cents composition, 75% copper, 25% nickel copper, nickel weight 11.3 grams diameter, 28.65 mg milled redded mint. Royal Australian Mint, Canberra date 1978. The alloy and size have remained the same since the coin's first issue in 1966. Ensuring consistency and machine readability across decades. The obverse or front of the 1978 coin bears the second effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by British sculptor Arnold Machen. The Queen is shown facing right. She wears the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a royal jewel known for its elegance. The inscription reads, Elizabeth II Australia 1978. Machine's portrait was used on Australian coins from 1966 to 1984, representing the Queen during the prime of her reign. This portrait was originally created for British decimal coinage and adopted by many Commonwealth nations, symbolizing continuity, tradition, and unity across the empire and the evolving Commonwealth. The reverse back of the 1978 20-cent coin features one of Australia's most fascinating creatures, the platypus. Captured in mid-swim, Devlin was an Australian goldsmith, jeweler to the Queen, and one of the most respected coin designers of his generation. His platypus design uses curved lines and flowing composition to give the impression of motion and energy. The platypus is a symbol of Australia's unique and ancient biodiversity, being one of the very few egg-laying mammals in the world. This design has remained unchanged on the 20-cent coin since 1966, making it one of the most enduring and beloved motifs in Australian numismatics. In 1978, the Royal Australian Mint produced approximately 37.4 million 20-cent coins for circulation. The coin was used widely for everyday transactions, public transport, newspapers, milk, lollies, and payphones because of the high use. Most 1978 20-cent coins in circulation today are well worn with flattened features and loss of original luster. Though not rare in circulated condition, it's becoming harder to find well-preserved examples from this era in general circulation. In circulated condition, it typically holds face value. 20 cents to 80 cents or higher-grade examples may command modest premiums, especially in XF or better. Beyond everyday currency, the Royal Australian Mint struck special collector editions of the 1978 20-cent coin in both uncirculated mint sets and proof sets. Mintage approximately 70,000 mint sets produced in 1978. Each set included one 20-cent coin, along with other denominations from 1C to 50C. These coins were struck with extra care, showing no signs of wear, and have full mint brilliance and sharp detail. Today, these coins are prized by collectors who want a complete decimal set in pristine condition. Mintage, 39,000 proof sets and total proof coins were struck on specially prepared dies and blanks. These coins feature mirror-like backgrounds and frosted relief, making them stunning examples of the mint's craftsmanship. Today, a 1978 20-cent proof coin from the official set can fetch between $15–30 a UD, depending on condition and packaging. The value of a 1978 20-cent coin largely depends on condition. Gray description market value AUD, circulated FEF common, worn details 20 cents $0, 50 extremely fine EF slight wear, strong details 75 cents $1 uncirculated UNC no wear, full luster $3 $7 loose, $10 $15 in set proof mirror finish. Collector packaging $15 $30. Collectors often seek 1978 coins to complete typesets, year collections, or to own one of each match and effigy year. Though it may seem like a simple, everyday object, the 1978 20-cent coin is layered with meaning. It represents stability in Australia's economy post-Whitlam era. It reflects national pride, with one of the country's most distinctive animals. It showcases royal symbolism, bridging Australia's historic ties to the British Crown. And it captures a moment in time preserved in metal that endures long after the groceries it once paid for have been forgotten. The platypus swims through time just as surely as it swims across the silver surface of this coin. Attributed tails denomination 20 cents year 1978 mintage circulation 37.4 million sets 70,000 in red wallet mint sets proof sets 39,000 Versquin Elizabeth II Arnold Machin portrait reverse platypus by Stuart Devlin composition 75% copper 25% nickel diameter 28.65 weight 11.3 grams edge milled circulated value 20 cents 80 cents ordnance circulated value $3 $15 OD value $15 $30 a UD. The 1978 Australian 20-cent coin may not be rare, it may not be golden, but it is deeply Australian. With a platypus on one side and a queen on the other, it's a balance of tradition and identity, of water and crown, of a nation's past swimming into its future. The last step 2004 Australian 20-cent coin is no rare treasure, new antique relic, but it is a historical object, a symbol of continuity, and a snapshot of a changing nation. With its gliding platypus and crowned queen, it bridges the ancient and the modern, the imperial and the independent. Let us now explore the complete story of this modern classic. In 2004, Australia was in the midst of economic growth and cultural evolution. John Howard was Prime Minister. Sydney had just hosted the 2000 Olympics. Australian troops were serving in Afghanistan and Iraq. Multiculturalism was shaping the nation's cities, and globalization was impacting its economy. Amid all this change, Australians still trusted one thing in their pockets: their coinage. Produced by the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, the capital city and seat of the federal government, the Royal Australian Mint, established in 1965, is responsible for all Australian decimal coinage. In 2004, it was operating with advanced technology to meet both national and international minting contracts. Attribute tail denomination 20 cents year. Of issue 2004 composition 75% copper, 25% nickel weight, 11.3 grams diameter, 28.65 image milled reeded mint Royal Australian Mint. Canberra. These specifications have remained consistent since the decimal system was introduced in 1966, maintaining compatibility with machines and coin systems nationwide. The obverse features the fourth portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by British artist Ian Rank, introduced in 1999, used until 2019. The Queen is depicted facing right without a tiara, but wearing the girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. This is a more mature portrayal of the Queen, reflecting her role as a senior monarch. Inscription: Elizabeth II, Australia, 2004 rank. Broadly's design was known for its realism and dignity, moving away from stylized youth to honor the Queen's decades of service. Just like every 20-cent coin since 1966, the reverse of the 2004 issue features one of Australia's most enigmatic animals, the platypus. The platypus swims through stylized water currents. It represents Australia's ancient and unique ecosystem. The design is dynamic, artistic, and instantly recognizable to Australians of all ages. Stuart Devlin's reverse has become a staple of Australian decimal coinage, an unchanging tribute to native wildlife and artistry. The 2004 20-cent coin was struck primarily for circulation, and over 62.6 million coins were minted that year. Mintage: 62,600,000 coins. General circulation: these coins were distributed widely across Australia from city cash registers to regional post offices and vending machines. They remain legal tender and are still commonly found in circulation today because of its large mintage. The 2004 20-cent coin is considered common, though higher-grade specimens are less frequently encountered in daily change. While the general circulation coins were mass-produced, the Royal Australian Mint also created collector-quality versions in 2004. Included in 2004 Royal Australian Mint year sets 6 coin red folder sets. Coins were struck with higher than normal quality standards, feature full mint luster, sharp edges, and no signs of handling. Popular among casual and serious collectors. Featured in 2004 proof sets, with extremely fine detail and mirror finish. Backgrounds: struck using special dyes and blanks, creating a deep cameo effect. Frosted design against mirror fields. Limited mintage: approximately 43,000 proof sets. Highly collectible due to their superior finish and packaging. The collector value of a 2004 20-cent coin depends heavily on condition. Gray description value: odd circulated fine VF, typical wear from daily use, 20 cents, $0. 50 extremely fine EF, minimal wear, strong details, 75 cents. $1 uncirculated UNC mint state. No signs of wear. $2 $5 mint set UNC in official Royal Mint. Packaging: $6 $12 proof, deep mirror fields. Frosted relief: $10 $25 plus. Most circulated examples today are in fine to very fine condition. Collectors seek out uncirculated and proof versions to complete year sets or build effigy collections. The 2004 20-cent coin stands at the intersection of tradition and modernity. The Queen's effigy represents over 50 years of constitutional monarchy. The platypus symbolizes Australia's environmental uniqueness. The coin itself is a product, with high-precision minting and modern economic infrastructure. Although not a rare or valuable coin in circulation, it holds cultural and numismatic significance. Part of the Ian Rank Broadly Portrait Series, an enduring example of Stuart Devlin's design legacy. A snapshot of Australia in the early 21st century. Attributed tales: denomination 20 cents, year 2004 mint, location Royal Australian Mint, Canberra, mintage circulation 62,600,000 uncirculated sets, yes, mint year sets, red folder proof sets, yes, 43,000 sets produced. Burst designer: Ian Rank Broadly, verse designers to it. Devlin metal composition: 75% copper, 25% nickel, weight 11.3 grams, diameter 28.65. A Medj milled circulated value: 20 cents, 50 cents. Ordnance circulated value: $2 $5. Odor to proof value: $10 $25 AUD. It may be common, it may be modern, but the 2004 20-cent coin is more than metal. It is memory, it is monarchy, it is marsupial, it is part of the everyday poetry of Australian life, passed from hand to hand, one small coin telling a larger story. Artistic heritage. The year 2008 marked a period of economic transition globally due to the financial crisis. But in Australia, the coinage remained stable, and regular issues continued. The 20-cent coin struck in this year reflects both continuity and tradition, encapsulating decades of national identity since the switch from the pound to the dollar in 1966. Australia, a vast island continent located in the southern hemisphere, is composed of 6 states and 2 major mainland territories. The Australian 20-cent coin is legal tender across the entire country, from the bustling cities like Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane, to the remote outback communities. Its design and minting reflect the centralized operations of the Royal Australian Mint, headquartered in Canberra, the nation's capital. The coin also serves as a symbol of the Commonwealth of Australia's connection to the British monarchy, represented by the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse. Denomination: 20 cents. Issuer: Commonwealth of Australia, year 2008 monarch. Featured: Queen Elizabeth II. Obverse designer: Ian Rank Broadly. Reverse designer: Stuart Devlin. Composition: Cooper nickel, 75% copper, 25% nickel. Mass: 11.30 grams. Diameter: 28.52 millimeters. Edge: milled shape, round mint, Royal Australian Mint, Canberra. The obverse side of the 2008 Australian 20-cent coin features the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II. Designed by Ian Rank Broadly, a renowned British sculptor, This portrait, introduced in 1998, is notable for its realism and mature depiction of the Queen. It remained in use until the introduction of the Jodie Clark effigy in 2019 Elizabeth to Australia. The year 2008, this side of the coin reflects Australia's status as a constitutional monarchy and a member of the British Commonwealth. The reverse side of the coin showcases one of Australia's most iconic native animals, the platypus. The design was created by Stuart Devlin, official goldsmith and jeweler to the Queen. The platypus is shown swimming gracefully in water, rendered in a stylized and fluid form. This image reflects Australia's unique biodiversity and cultural appreciation for its natural environment. The number 20 is prominently displayed, representing the denomination. Purpose, everyday use. Availability, common, issued in millions. Condition, shows signs of wear, scratches, and toning over time. Value, face value, 20 cents, though lightly. Circulated coins can fetch more among collectors if preserved well. Purpose, collector items, often sold in mint rolls or commemorative sets. Condition, mint state, no wear, lustrous surfaces. Packaging, often included in Royal Australian Mint annual coin sets. Value, higher than face value, varies based on market demand and grade. In MS60, MS70, mint state grades used by numismatists. MS65, MS70, highly sought after, no blemishes or handling marks. MS60, MS64, still uncirculated but may have minor flaws. Approximately 47 million coins. Mintage of collector, uncirculated issues, unknown exact numbers, but limited and distributed through the Royal Australian Mint due to the relatively high mintage. The 2008 20 cents coin is not rare in circulated form. However, uncirculated or proof versions, especially those in official mint packaging or graded by third-party services like PCGS or NGC, are more collectible. Condition, estimated value. Ord, circulated 20 cents, 40 cents uncirculated, $1.50, $5, 0 plus proof $10.00, $20 plus graded. MS67 plus can fetch higher prices depending on demand. Collectors often seek full rolls, mint sets, or high-grade specimens of the 2008 20 cents coin to complete their sets or series collections. The coin not only serves economic function but also plays a role in education, teaching children about money and native wildlife. Cultural identity, featuring Australian fauna, reinforces national pride. Tourism, popular souvenir item representing Australian numismacy. Key part of modern Australian coin sets. The 2008 Australian 20 cents coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II and the platypus is a small but powerful representation of Australia's heritage, wildlife, and ties to the British monarchy. While it remains common in circulation, its numismatic value lies in its well-preserved and uncirculated examples. This coin is part of a greater narrative, one that spans continents, history, and nature, making it a meaningful artifact in the collection of any enthusiast. The next step, 2009 Australia 20 cents coin, is part of Australia's decimal currency system introduced on February 14, 1966. Replacing the pre-decimal pounds, shillings and pence, the 20-cent coin has remained one of the foundational coins in Australia's economy, used for daily transactions and also embraced by collectors for its unique design and historical continuity. In 2009, Queen Elizabeth II was still the ruling monarch, and her portrait remained on the obverse of all standard Australian coinage. This year marked the 57th year of her reign, and her enduring presence on currency symbolized stability in both the Commonwealth and Australia. Australia, the world's sixth largest country by land area, is rich in natural resources and biodiversity. The 20 cents coin reflects the national character by featuring the platypus, an animal endemic to eastern Australia. The coin circulates in all states and territories, including New South Wales, Victoria, Queensland, Western Australia, South Australia, Tasmania, Northern Territory. Australian capital territory. The coins are struck at the Royal Australian Mint, located in Canberra, Australia's capital city. This institution is solely responsible for producing Australia's legal tender coinage since its founding in 1965. Design, effigy of Queen Elizabeth II. Designer, Ian Rank. Broadly used from 1998 to 2018. Description, a right-facing portrait of the Queen, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. Inscription, Elizabeth II Australia 2009. This portrait was the fourth official likeness used on Australian coins during her reign and is noted for its realism and dignified presentation. Design, stylized image of a platypus swimming. Designer, Stuart Devlin. Description, the platypus is surrounded by swirling water, representing movement and life. Inscription, denomination, 20. Prominently displayed feature value. Denomination, 20 cents. Year 2009 metal CuPro-nickel 75% copper, 25% nickel. Weight 11.30 grams. Diameter 28.52 ohm. Shape roundage. Milled mint. Purpose intended for general use in commerce. Mintage estimate around 45 to 50 million based on typical 2000s averages. Condition, circulated coins may show varying degrees of wear, toning, scratches, or smoothing over details commonly used in everyday transactions. Available in change coin rolls, and banks, typically worth face value unless in exceptional condition issued in mint sets, collector packs, and direct mint sales condition. Brilliant uncirculated BU or mint state MS packaging, sold in protective packaging or part of year sets. Grading potential. Coins graded MS65 can be worth significantly more than face value. Grading scale. Sheldon description MS60 MS62, uncirculated with minor flaws MS63 MS64, attractive with some contact marks MS65 MS67, well struck with strong luster MS68 MS70, nearly perfect condition. Royal Australian Mint, Canberra main facility where all 2009 20-cent coins were produced. Total circulating mintage est, likely between 45 to 50 million coins, making it a common issue. Uncirculated versions included in 2009 Royal Australian Mint year sets and possibly in PNC postal numismatic covers. The mintage figure does not make this coin rare, but high-grade examples or those from unopened mint sets can be desirable to collectors. Condition approximate market value. AOD circulated 20 cents, $0, 30 lightly circulated 30 cents, 50 cents uncirculated. BU, $1.50, $4.00 proof from annual sets $10, $20 plus graded. MS67 plus 25 depending on rarity. Values fluctuate based on collector demand, condition, and current market trends. While the 2009 issue isn't rare, it remains a must-have in a complete year set or Queen Elizabeth II portrait series. The platypus, featured on the reverse, is a symbol of Australia's unique ecosystem and is used as a powerful educational tool to teach young Australians about native wildlife and environmental conservation. The obverse, featuring Queen Elizabeth II, reflects Australia's constitutional monarchy, representing both historical ties to Britain and modern national identity. This coin is widely used in schools for numismatic education, popular with tourists. As a cultural souvenir included in many beginner and intermediate coin collections, the 2009 20-cent coin contributes to the broader story of Australian currency. Part of the decimal coinage series represents continuity in national symbols and design marks. Another year in the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, who remained on coins until 2022. It is also part of the Rank Broadly Portrait series, which ran from 1998 to 2018, and represents an era of stable Australian minting and national representation. Attribute description denomination 20 cents year of issue 2009 Monarch Queen Elizabeth I. Verse designer Ian Rank Broad layer verse designer Stuart Devlin metal composition crew nickel 75% Cu 25% knee weight 11.30 grams diameter 28.52 image milled mintage EST approximately 4550 million circulating uncirculated value $1.50 $4.00 proof value $10 $20.00. The 2009 Australia Elizabeth II 20-cent coin is more than just currency. It is a snapshot of Australian culture, identity, and economic life in the late 2000s. While it may be common in circulation, its value lies in uncirculated quality, collectors, its sets, and its place in the numismatic timeline of Queen Elizabeth II's reign. The 2010 Australian 20-cent coin is part of Australia's decimal currency system, first introduced in 1966 when the country switched from pounds, shillings and pence to dollars and cents. By 2010, Australia had already firmly established its modern coinage system with circulating coins bearing long-standing designs. This year also marked over 5 decades of Queen Elizabeth II's reign as monarch of Australia. While no commemorative 20C coin was issued in 2010, the standard coin remained a vital piece of circulating currency and a symbol of continuity in Australian identity. Australia in 2010 was a stable multicultural society with a strong economy, recovering from the global financial crisis. The currency remained robust and relied heavily on coins such as the 20 cents for everyday transactions. The 20-cent coin is used across all states and territories of Australia: New South Wales, Victoria, Queensland, Western Australia, South Australia, Tasmania. Territory Australian Capital Territory minted at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra. This coin physically and symbolically connects Australia's vast and diverse regions through its standardized design and nationwide acceptance. The 2010 20-cent coin follows a familiar structure used since 1966, while the reverse design has remained unchanged. The obverse has featured multiple portraits of Queen Elizabeth II over the decades. Designer Ian Rank Broadly first introduced 1998 description, a right-facing bust of Queen Elizabeth II, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. Rank Broadly's portrayal is known for its realism and dignity. Elizabeth II, Australia dos Mil Days. This portrait was used on Australian coinage from 1998 until 2018. Designer Stuart Devlin chief goldsmith to the Queen description, a stylized platypus gliding through water. one of Australia's most iconic native animals. The design captures motion and fluidity with circular wave patterns. Inscription large numeral 20, representing the denomination. Feature value denomination 20. Centia 2010 Obverse designer Ian Rank Broadlayer Verse designer Stuart Devlin Composition Chronicle. 75% copper, 25% nickel weight, 11.30 grams diameter, 28.5 to a meg. Milk-shaped Brune Mint Roll Australian Mint Canberra purpose, issued for everyday use across Australia. Mintage, approximately 39 million coins. Availability, common in circulation. Wear and tear, circulated coins typically show signs of use, dulling, scratches, and reduced detail. Grade description value, Ord VF very fine light, where 20 cents $0, 30F extremely fine, some detail worn $0.300, 50 issued by Royal Australian Mint in mint sets or roll packs. Condition, brilliant uncirculated BU or mint state MS surface, bright, sharp detail, with no handling or wear packaging, often included in the official 2010 Royal Australian Mint uncirculated coins sets. Grade, Sheldon scale. Description market value ODMS60, MS62 mint state, with minor flaws $1, $2, OOM63 MS64 attractive. Few contact marks $2.503, $50 MS65 MS67 high quality. Full luster $4.00, $10 plus proof from sets. Mirror-like finish $15, $25 plus circulating mint. Touch 39 million circulated mint sets, issued by the Royal Australian Mint proof versions. Only found in 2010 proof year sets. Not in regular circulation. There were no commemorative 20C coins issued in 2010, making the regular platypus design the only one for the year. While not rare, the 2010 20C coin is valued by collectors seeking a full year-by-year collectional coins, featuring the rank broadly effigy. Complete sets of Australian decimal coinage and circulated in high-grade examples are preferred, and coins preserved in original packaging or third-party grading cases, for example, PCG's NGC command. Higher prices. Found in rivers of eastern Australia, the platypus is one of only 5 monotremes egg-laying mammals in the world. It symbolizes Australia's unique biodiversity and ecological heritage. Her long reign 1952 to 2022, an image on the obverse link Australia to its Commonwealth roots and constitutional monarchy. The 2010 coin is part of a wider narrative about Australia's political and cultural evolution during her reign. The 20C coin serves as a teaching tool in Australian schools, introducing students to currency, national symbols, and economic literacy. A tourism icon, often sold in sets or souvenir packs. A cultural bridge, connecting Australians to both their natural environment and historical roots. It also appears in math classrooms for counting and budgeting lessons. Environmental campaigns emphasizing native species. Commemorative displays for the legacy of Queen Elizabeth II featured. A tells denomination 20 cents year 2010 of Queen Elizabeth II ranked broadly reverse platypus. Stuart Devlin design metal composition 75% copper, 25% nickel weight, 11.30 grams diameter, 28.5 to a meg. Milled circulating mintage, 39 million ounce, value $1.50, 5 depending on grade. Proof value in sets $15.25. Collectability mostly 4-year collections. The 2010 Australia Elizabeth II 20 cents coin may seem ordinary in circulation, but it's an important component in the tapestry of Australian decimal coinage. With its enduring platypus design and the realistic rank broadly portrait of the Queen, it encapsulates a moment of balance between tradition and modernity. While it may not be rare, it holds numismatic significance for collectors assembling complete year sets, monarch effigy collections, or simply preserving modern Australian history in metal. The last step, 1999 Australian 20 cents coin, belongs to a long-standing lineage of decimal coinage introduced in 1966, when Australia transitioned from the imperial system to decimal currency. The year 1999 was particularly significant because it marked the approach of a new millennium, prompting a reflective mood in Australian politics, economy, and culture. It was also a time of technological advancement and financial reform, with the country preparing for the year 2000 and modernizing various systems, including currency handling and minting. This coin was issued under the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, who served as the Australian monarch from 1952 to 2022. Her image had graced Australian coins for nearly half a century by this point. Australia is a continent and a country known for its vast landmass, unique wildlife, and status as a Commonwealth realm. The 20 cents coin is used throughout all 8 Australian states and territories: New South Wales, Victoria, Queensland, Western Australia, South Australia, Tasmania, Northern Territory, Australian Capital Territory. The coin was minted at the Royal Australian Mint, located in Canberra, the national capital. This facility is responsible for producing, circulating, and collector coinage for domestic and international markets. The 20 cents coin features 2 distinct but connected motifs: Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse and the platypus on the reverse, symbolizing Australia's monarchy and natural heritage respectively. Designer Ian Rank broadly portrait, debut 1998. This was the second year of use for this effigy description, a mature and highly detailed right-facing bust of Queen Elizabeth II, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara inscription, Elizabeth II Australia 1999. This was the fourth official portrait of the Queen used on Australian coinage. Rank Broadley's design was notable for its lifelike representation and replaced the Raphael Makhlouf effigy used from 1985 to 1997. Designer Stuart Devlin description, a dynamic and stylized image of a platypus swimming underwater, surrounded by swirling currents. The number 20 is prominently displayed to represent the coin's denomination. Significance. The platypus is a native monotremes egg-laying mammal found only in Australia. Its presence on the coin celebrates the country's unique biodiversity. Feature specification. Denomination 20 cents year 1999 composition chronicle, 75% copper, 25% nickel mass 11.30 grams diameter. 28.52 shape roundage. Australian mint, Canberra mintage, estimated at around 42 million. Purpose, intended for general use in commerce condition. Circulated coins are likely to show signs of wear, including scratches, reduced luster and toning. Average worn, 20 cents. AU de face value slightly circulated, 25 cents 35 cents OD. These are still commonly found in circulation today, but with varying degrees of wear. Mint packaging. Available in annual mint sets sold by the Royal Australian Mint Condition. Brilliant uncirculated BU or mint state MS appeal. Bright lustrous surfaces with no handling marks or wear grading. Coins are often graded on the Sheldon scale MS60 MS70 grade description. Market value approx. MS60 MS6 to minor flaws. Basic uncirculated $1 $2 OOMs 63 MS64 above average. Some marks $2.504 OOMs 65 MS66 premium. Quality $5.00 $10 OOMs 67 Ms 70 rare. Top tier $10.00 $25 plus. Early usage of the Rank Broadley effigy. Second year of issue. Traditional platypus. Designer national symbol of Australian fauna included in royal mint sets. Often preserved in excellent condition. Affordable entry point for beginner collectors. While the 1999 coin is generally standard, some era coins, for example off-center strikes, die cracks, cuds, may command premiums if authenticated. This coin serves multiple roles. As currency, it supports commerce across all sectors. As a teaching tool, it helps young Australians learn about money, history, and native species. As a cultural emblem, it captures Australia's dual identity, modern democracy with deep indigenous roots and ties to the British Crown. The presence of the platypus, a symbol unique to Australia, reinforces environmental awareness and the richness of local ecosystems. Meanwhile, Queen Elizabeth II's image links Australia to its colonial history and current role as a constitutional monarchy. Although the 1999 20 cents coin is not considered rare, it holds moderate significance for these reasons. Forms part of any complete Queen Elizabeth II reign collection. Represents Australia's pre-millennium coinage, accessible yet collectible, especially in mint state condition. Feature Detalia 1999 Monarch Queen Elizabeth Ioverse Designery and Rank Broadley verse Designer Stuart Devlin. Coin type decimal. Circulation metal nickel 75% Cu 25% knee weight 11.30 grams diameter. 28.5 to a Mejmilt circulating mint, 42 million uncirculated value to $10 plus, depending on grade. Collectibotomy often collected in year sets. The 1999 Australia Elizabeth II 20 cents coin is a symbol of national continuity, both reflecting Australia's natural wonders and its ties to the Commonwealth monarchy. As a common but culturally rich coin, it provides collectors with an affordable and aesthetically significant item. While it may not be rare, its design, quality, and historic context make it a valuable component of any modern Australian coin collection, whether found in circulation or preserved in a mint set. This coin is a quiet yet enduring witness to Australia's journey at the close of the 20th century.